Okay, so what is it? January 7th? February 7th. February 7th, 2022. You can see I found another video with that Android goon looking thing. Okay, pretty sure it's an Android, people. This is the point of this video. Okay, so I'll see if I can walk you through it. Anyway, I'm watching. I got it on slow speed right now, but what I want you to notice is this right here. This car just passed, okay? And this is coming into the frame. What do you think that is, people? What do you think that is? I'm kind of wondering myself here. Where is it? It's right here. Okay, it kind of glows, eh? Don't you think? Why is it glowing, people? Why? What's so special about this that it glows? Wait till you see what it starts looking like. Okay? I mean, you can clearly see there's a body there, right? You can see, right? But look how it's glowing. Okay? Right? Okay? I guess this is how we're going to start off with this video. Right? This person's head's not glowing, but this one is. This looks like a little ball of light. The closer you get to it, the more it starts to glow. Right? We're at 28:11 into the video on slow speed. Okay? Alright? Now, looking through the lens, it's glowing. Looking just at it, it's not glowing. Okay, in terms of just looking through my glasses, I don't see the glow. But here you can see it's glowing through the lens. Why is it glowing, people? And then look how it changed. Do you see how it suddenly changed? Do you see that? Now, if that was a mask, like a white pullover face mask, why do you think we'd see its ears? I mean, look at it. You can see the mouth. You can see the eyes. You can see that there's a face of some kind. Okay? But the whole thing is glowing. Right? Okay? And then, of course, it fades out, right? Because they like to do that stuff just in a blink of an eye. It's that subliminal messaging. Okay, so now it is February 8th, 2022. I just want to get on with this video and make my point. Now, I'm going to have to use a little bit of a video off of YouTube here. So before I do that, you know I'm not very good with this kind of stuff, people. I'm everything on the fly. Right, my editing skills are like, whatever. So, under the Fair Use Act, okay, this is what we're doing here, right? Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act law, okay? I'll put this in my description box, all right? Just wanted to say that. So, in the meantime, I want to talk about robots, okay? This is evolution of Boston Dynamics robots. What's been going on since 1992 to 2021. And you have to remember, people, they're 25 years ahead in advance, okay? They don't tell us everything. They think by telling us some things, it absolves them of their guilt. But besides that point, okay? So I'm just going to start it here. I'll leave a link to this video as a reference, okay? Because there's another video I'm going to look at, probably a couple more, okay? Because I don't want to dwell on this too long, but I'm going to show you how it all interconnects with, and I'm not going to show that to you today, because I'm working on clearing off my table over here with my other computer, and I'm going to, you know, get back into doing some stuff with Shimei's face, alright? And that body dude guy, and that corner with Sierra, because there's some nefarious activities going on that, in my opinion, directly relate to this kind of stuff. Okay? This is the stuff that they tell you about, but there's always something else going on behind the scenes. And we're dealing with people that are unscrupulous, have no morals, completely unethical. They don't care who they hurt, how they hurt them, and when they hurt them, and why they hurt them, and what the end result of that hurt is. Right? And they use taxpayers' dollars one way or another, whether it's through grants, funding, whatever, okay? Using hospitals to commit heinous crimes, all right? It's just a fact, people, okay? That's why I do these videos, people, okay? If they wouldn't have done what they did to my daughters, Uncle John, Amari, whatever, Andre, I wouldn't be doing these videos, okay? But you see, that's the thing. They pick at you, they pick your family apart, they do whatever they think they do, thinking that they're going to break your spirit and you won't fight back, right? So in the meantime, let's see what these guys are up to, okay? Let's see what they show us. Here, I'm going to bring this up on a big screen. I'm holding the camera, so...
Throwing bricks at humans. In 2009, Boston Dynamics started working on a human-like robot named Petman. The robot could walk at 3.2.
Okay, this is what it could do. It's beyond that now. All right, they always have their go-between boys. Okay?
Miles per hour.
Look how fluent that is, people. Now, mind you, it's connected to cords right now because they have to feed it energy. But these things have little battery packs inside them. Okay? All right? When they disconnect them from the cords, don't let that deceive you. Okay? But look how fluent this thing is. Oh my God. Am I going to get a copyright for that, people? Probably. Probably. It's that fucking simple. That's how YouTube will shut me down. Okay? Maybe I should turn off the volume. Look how fluent that is. Look. Okay? Look, it even bends at the foot. Okay? But here you can see it. Okay? Put on a pair of fucking pants, baggy pants, whatever. How could you tell? Tell me. How would you know? How would you know? Kind of looks like the way a human walks, don't you think? Hmm? Maybe I can put back on the volume.
Act as muscles. In total, Petman has 30 hydraulic actuators. In total, Petman has hydraulic actuators, which act as muscles. In total, Petman has 30 hydraulic actuators. In 2011...
Okay. Did you see that?
Petman received a significant upgrade and could, besides walking, also do squats and push-ups. It's already doing better than my gym attempts.
Don't let this shit fool you, okay? They got that already figured out, alright?
Petman, which stands for Protection Ensemble Test Mannequin, was developed for the U.S. Army, who plan to use the robot to test chemical suits and additional...
You listening? And then we wonder why we got a bunch of fucking goons running around.
Protective gear used by troops. It had to be capable of moving...
Look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that look like what's running around out in society right now, people? Why are we not surprised? They got them dressed up exactly like they got them dressed up here. Okay?
Just like a real soldier.
Just like a real soldier, huh? Maybe just like a real fucking doctor. Who knows? They all looking the same these days. Right? Look at this. How would you know? How would you know? What? Because it's not connected to that? Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever. Little battery pack. They can put the fucking battery pack right inside the artificial body. Okay?
With walking.
You know what the technology is like these days. Let's watch.
Running, bending, reaching, and crawling. But to make it even more human-like, it also changes the skin temperature and sweat.
Did you hear that? Changes the skin temperature and it can sweat. What are they using for skin, people? Silicone? Rubber? How many choices do they have, people? They kept Shimei's skin looking alive with their fluid going through their freaking tubes. Okay?
Sand flea is another rope.
For, hold on a minute. Okay. They kept Shimei's skin, people, skin. Looking alive. Okay? For 9 days. Dead as a doornail on a hospital bed. Alright? In part through embalming fluid, because clearly she was embalmed. Okay? I seen that the minute I walked through the fucking door. Alright? Obviously they were touching up her face with makeup, because no matter how much they try, they can't keep it 100% fresh. So in the meantime, when it came time to turn off the oxygen, which there was no oxygen, you can't pump oxygen into a dead body, okay? They had this little machine. Clearly it was some kind of embalming machine that changed the fluid that was running through the lines, so that when they changed it, it changed whatever was going through her face. Under the skin, people. Okay? That's why I took it to exposure, to see what was under the skin. And they had electrode pads in there. Okay? Obviously it was picking up on whatever was being pumped through their tubes. Okay. The point is they were using her skin. Okay? They were experimenting on her skin, people. And whatever they did, they were successful at changing the color of the skin on their whim. Okay? Right? It's just they couldn't control the decomposition of it. Right? Because, you know, it was in, her body was in a hospital room. It wasn't cold. It was warm. So that in itself sped up the process in terms of an organic matter decomposing after it was dead. So that's why I believe that they're taking the bodies, the skin, the body suit. You hear other people talking about it, okay? It's called a bodysuit for a reason, because they take the whole skin and then they put it on their fucking robots with their little motherboards and chips and just whatever to keep it looking alive, to make it sweat. Right? You think they're going to tell you that, people? Of course not. But they have to show off their shit, right? They're proud of it, you know? They're accomplishing something good in the world, right? So they're going to only tell you half the truth and nothing but no more than half the truth. The other half, they'll use against you by any means necessary to get to their end goal, whatever it may be. And some of these individuals that create this kind of shit, they're like soulless. They have no conscience, right? They are, I don't know what they are, but they're not normal, that's for sure. And what they create is not normal. And they're harvesting humans to do it. That's how you introduce transhumanism, machine, with body. You think they're only just using live bodies? Hell no. They started using dead bodies first. Okay? And now they're addicted to it, people, because they want to manufacture an army. And then, once they manufacture the army, what? You think they're just going to sit with a whole bunch of robots with other people's skin on them, and they're, high tech and can dance to staying alive and can, do things that we can't do, but look amazing? You think they're going to just want to keep them all housed in a warehouse? Hell no, people. They're not going to want to keep them locked up in a fucking warehouse, okay? They're going to want to deploy them out into society, all right? The only thing is, they're not going to want us to figure it out what it is that they put and unleashed among us. So they're going to dress them up looking like fucking goons so that we can't recognize what we're looking at. If I would have known that my children would have been preyed upon like the way they have been, I wouldn't have had kids, people. Okay? This is supposed to be Canada, not the freaking fucking Congo, where you sitting in your little hut and somebody comes in with a machete and basically chops you up into little pieces and runs off with what they want. All right? But that's basically what Canada has turned out to be because of this kind of shit that I'm showing you right now. Because they need their body parts from somewhere. And being that everybody's so money hungry, they'll do anything for $1 million. They'll do anything for $500,000. They'll do anything for $1.8 million. Okay? So let's see what else I can show you here in a minute. Now remember, they only show you what they want you to see. Here's another one, okay? So we already looked at this first one that can dance to staying alive. Where is it? Somewhere down here. Or is this the same one? I don't know. I'm looking for things. Yeah, there's that first one. Okay, there's the first one. Now we're going into a second one, right?
One of the most exciting robots ever created by Boston Dynamics, named Atlas. It is a humanoid robot based...
Look at this. Walking over freaking rocks, people. Okay?
Based on the Petman robot the company had
Look how fluent that is.
created in 2000.
Look how it can do that, people.
2009.
Over a decade of hydraulic humanoid robotics work at Boston Dynamics.
What are they going to cover it up with, people? Rubber? You think they're going to be satisfied with fucking rubber and silicone? Yeah, okay. What are they going to do? Use fabric? Yeah, okay.
Originated in 2013,
Look.
Atlas stood 6 feet.
Stood 6'7", like that baby-faced cop, right? And then they always got their little homies standing around, right?
2 inches tall and weighed 3.
How much was that? 6 feet, 8 inches, 2 inches, 6'2"?
Stood 6 feet 2 inches tall and...
Well, yeah, but if they want, they can make them 6'8", right? Stand over a door, right? Guarding a 4'9" vulnerable homeless woman that probably had her eyes gouged out behind that closed door, people. As something was feeding on it. Feeding on her body. Okay? Feeding through her eyes, right? Why is it that women are getting their eyes gouged out here, people? And nobody's going to jail for it, huh? Think about it.
Weighed 330 pounds. The company initially made the robot for the DARPA Robotics Challenge, a competition meant
DARPA. Oh, why are we not surprised?
to accelerate
Where do they get their funding from, people? Taxpayers.
robotics technology development.
Where does energy weapons come from, people? Who pays for that? Taxpayers. Do the taxpayers realize that this shit's being used against them?
To aid
Oh, I know. It's for national security, right?
response efforts to natural and human-made disasters.
Human-made disaster, exactly.
The robot has undergone
Okay, do you honestly think they're going to put something like that out in society and let it walk among us? Hell no. They're going to dress it up, put it in camouflage mode.
significant changes since its debut. In 2016, Atlas received a new design with a height of about 5 feet tall. The new version of Atlas is
Oh, yes. Okay? Right?
designed to operate both outdoors and inside buildings. It uses sensors in its body and legs to balance and LiDAR and
Look how agile it is.
stereo sensors in its head to avoid obstacles. Sadly, Atlas was heavily bullied and cyberbullying was taken to a whole other level. In 2017, Atlas was improved even
Oh, wow.
further so that it could
Isn't that
jump,
amazing?
but far more impressively, it
Huh?
could do a back
You think that was a human dressed up in a robot suit? Seriously,
backflip.
an acrobatic, right?
With the next generation
Look at
of
this.
2018, Atlas could run outdoors.
Look at
Now
this.
he could finally escape
Doesn't that look like the goons that are running around in our society right now, posing and pretending to be police officers? Right? Terrorizing everybody in the fucking neighborhood?
from
Not putting anybody in jail for real crimes? Huh? Doesn't that sound familiar, people?
the physical abuse in the lab. I hope he's fine.
Right?
During the development
Look at
process,
this.
new techniques were developed, allowing Atlas
So how is that any more different than that goon I was just showing you in my last video? Huh? Tell me.
to use its
The one with the chicken nose, right? The toucan nose, right? Whipping his head around like a fucking turkey, okay?
body with complex algorithms to
Look at that.
calculate the
Look how
speed and
fluent that is.
coordination of its movement.
Look.
It learned to do parkour.
Look.
And could do
Do you think they're gonna put something like that out in society? Hell no. Okay? They can make this shit as small as your fingernail. Okay?
tricks with
If they're putting freaking nanotechnology into solutions and then expecting people to experiment with it by saying, "Sure, shoot me up." Well, what do you think? You think that this is the last call? No. This is what they show you people because that one, they got big egos and they like to brag. And two, they think it absolves themselves of their fucking guilt when they actually do deploy this stuff out in society, to which I think they already have. Okay?
a success
Isn't that what devil worshippers do? They kind of tell you what's up so that they don't have to fucking feel guilty about it. They gave you a forewarning. Isn't that what they do? Yeah, okay.
rate of about 80%. You thought that was impressive.
No.
In 2021, the
Look at this.
humanoid robot could finish
Look at
a
this.
whole parkour.
Look at this. How would you know? How would you know, people?
Man, it's crazy how fast Atlas gets developed.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy, eh, people? Crazy how fast it developed. Yeah, well, we know where they've taken it. Okay? All we have to do is look to Shmei and what happened to her body. Okay? Look what they did to Sierra. They couldn't even fucking be decent about that situation. Right? I don't believe she's in that freaking grave, people. I don't. I think they have their little underground system in between their little cement, whatever it is, and they take those bodies and they go do something else with them. Because that's what they need. They need those bodies, people. That's why we're in a death culture now. For every body that they steal, they do something with it in this department. It goes from one to the other. That's why these coroners, as they're starting to autopsy these people who have been so-called inoculated and then suddenly die and are finding out through their veins and shit that whatever the hell is going on, coming out white and rubbery, right? Initially starts off as a blood clot, and then over time, depending on how long it takes before they do the autopsy, they're finding out that they got long, stringy, rubbery, white freaking something that's replaced whatever the blood inside the veins and some of the arteries. Why, people? Why? Why? It's kind of like a internal embalming, don't you think? I would, knowing what I know. Okay, so now the next question is, now that they've got it to this point, in terms of the electronic part, where they can make it move all fluently and all this other crap, right? I mean, obviously they're not going to show you how they're going to cover them up outside of maybe using some silicone with like Alexa or whatever that other robot's name is, or maybe some rubber or something like that. But what I'm trying to say is here, now that they've gotten it to this point, how do you think they're going to take it out into society and experiment with it so that they can fine-tune on whatever it is that they do? Are they going to go create a war in some third world country and then bring in their freaking fighter jet with a whole bunch of these things in the, you know, cockpit or wherever they put these things to transport them, and then just let them out into the desert and let them run around and terrorize the general population? No, they're not going to do that, people. They're going to bring them into mainstream society in such a way where you're fooled to think that they're human, okay? And being that they're designed for war, basically, for, to control people, basically. Why are we not surprised with what we're going through today? Okay? And you're talking billions of dollars invested here, people. Right? They're not just going to sit on this stuff and keep making YouTube videos. Hell no, they're past that point. Okay? They want to play with their toys, people. Right?
How fast Atlas gets developed. You might ask yourself, why did they teach the robot to do parkour?
At a practical level, it's a platform for us to do R&D on.
Oh wow, they're such good little boys, huh? Good little boys, just doing society a great service, right?
And as an Atlas team, we're encouraged to push, that platform to its limits.
Look at this, people. Look.
The most crazy.
Most people have already seen this.
Stuff we can do with it, and
right?
So we're always expanding and pushing the limits of Atlas's capabilities.
They're always expanding. They're past this point now, people. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They've already got these things dressed up like goons, posing as cops. Okay? Easy enough to shave down this shit, bring in their smaller little chips and little motherboards and their little battery packs and, mix in some human DNA and, and just whatever, right? This is just the mechanical part of it. This isn't the biological part of it. Okay?
And then, hopefully by...
Wouldn't take much to put on a dead bodysuit there and hook up a few tubes and run their embalming fluid through the skin, through their little electrode pads, all right? Because they're already practicing it in hospitals on dead bodies. That's the point of this video, people.
By extension, extending the capabilities of the company as...
And then they always got their little homeboys standing around, keeping an eye on their project. Okay, take it out into the streets. You got the big goon standing there with the turkey nose, gobble, 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 with his goon standing behind him, beside him.
As well at the same time.
So, pushing...
Okay, so I'm going to just leave this link to this video in the description box if you want to continue watching it, if you already haven't seen it.
Reliably.
Right.
Fun fact, Boston...
Okay.
Dynamics says it will not partner with those who wish to use robots as weapons.
Okay, I don't believe that, people. I'm sorry. It started with DARPA, okay? Please, don't, or somehow DARPA's involved. All right, so now the other thing is, what am I looking at? Okay, here's another video. This one's on BitChute. Vaccine genocide confirmed by top doctor, death rate skyrocketed in the vaccinated, okay? All right. Here is you know who, right? And this individual, you know, that does these videos, he brought this to my attention, which I tend to agree. I don't believe this is the original. I do believe that this is a robot.
Essentially, they've slow killed 80% of the population.
Okay.
They just don't know it yet. These people
All right.
better wake up before they die.
At least in this situation.
Because these people killed
There you go.
And who are these
Right.
people on the television?
He wanders off in a direction he's not supposed
And
to.
we keep seeing that.
Same
That's the
same
big
kind
question.
of walk,
How deep does the
Right.
rabbit hole go?
you know. We know there's something funky going on. Okay, you got the point. I'll end up adding a link to that. Now we're going to go to this. Freedom Convoy Base Camp, live from Police Raid, Ottawa. Okay, this is where Laura Lynn got her video from, I guess. Or maybe this guy is running it twice over. Who knows? Anyway, this is on YouTube. But before I get into what I want to get into, I'm still looking at this glowing face. Okay? The first part that you've seen in the video. Okay? It's coming up right there. You can see it. Okay? You can see it. It's an old man's face, but for whatever reason, it's glowing like a mother, you know what. Okay? Looking like a bloody ghost. Okay? Okay? Freezing fucking cold. And look at this. Got no, like, no hats, nothing. Right? And look at this one. I noticed this too. Whoever this individual is, this is a face too, people. Looking ugly. These devil worshippers, that's what they like to do. They like to bring in and incorporate their little fucking ghouls, okay? Alright? I don't know why. But look, hunchback. Look how short compared to these, right? This one looks like it's the size of a kid. But this is not no kid, people. This is a man, okay? It's some kind of a man. Okay? And they only do it in a split second, okay? Because this is on slow speed. So hold on. Okay, so now we're into 32:21 of this video. Alright? Last video before this one here. Okay, this is who we were featuring. Okay? Standing alone with all his goons. Okay? They all dressed up looking like fucking terrorists. Okay? Bottom line. Alright? Like I said, they're not going to leave these things in the lab. Right? So they can do their little YouTube videos and talk about how they're not going to deploy them for war, even though they were developed for war. Okay? So, you know, there's that double speak, right? Double talk, right? That's what they're famous for, people. They bring in their little fucking ghost goons, right? I already showed you that, right? If you look at the videos long enough, you're going to see them. One way or another, you'll see a little skull off in the corner, or you'll see a one-eye symbol over here, or whatever it is. Anyway, here he is right here. Okay, this is the dude, right? Here's another one. Looks like almost just as tall, just a little bigger. They can dress him up any way they want, right? Okay. It's on slow speed. Okay. Okay, I think that they like to record them just to see how they look on film, see if there's anything that they can distinguish that maybe a normal person might notice. Another thing I noticed that they like to do is they like to bring in these white-haired overseers. Oftentimes, when you come into satanic fucking shit, on YouTube, especially on YouTube, people. Okay? Like, YouTube is bad. Even Rebel News, like, take it with a grain of salt, right? They always got their white-haired, fucking all dressed in black, standing over and overseeing what's going on. It's kind of like a warlock that's just managing the show, okay? That's how I interpret it. because I look at this stuff quite often. Not as often as I probably should in order to make a good video, but there's other things I have to do in life. Okay? Right? Okay? Look at that. Tell me a robot can't do that. Look how long this dude's fingers are. Look. Does that look normal to you, people? Does that look like a normal fucking hand? Look at it. Look at it. Okay? What are those rubber gloves, people? They look like rubber gloves to me. Look at that. Look at that, people. How does that look normal? Okay? Did you see what he did? And then just brought it down like a robot would. With his goons standing over, watching. You know? His homeboys, in case he falls, they'll just swoop in and swarm him so you won't notice anything. Okay, here he is again. And this guy is completely oblivious. Completely oblivious. I mean, who wouldn't be, people? Right? How would you know? How would you know? You think they're going to go off to some third world country and bring in their fucking goons dressed in like this into the general population and start causing havoc just so they can experiment with their fucking robotoids? Okay. No. No. They're going to keep it close to home. And they're going to use their general population. Us. Okay? And if they got one in there, in the crowd, they got more. Okay? That's not the only one that's dressed up. Okay? Posing as a human. Alright? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? These things are not just locked up in some fucking lab. No, they've been released out into society, people. Okay? And they're harvesting human beings to cover them up. Whether through fucking using our teeth, or using our hair, using our skins. And I do believe that they're trying to import organic body parts like organs into these things. Being that the government of Canada promotes transhumanism as if it's the cool thing to do. It's right on the government website, people. They support transhumanism. How are they going to introduce transhumanism unless they rob humans of their body parts? Right? Common sense. Something a lot of people have already forgotten because they're too busy running around killing their fucking hippocampuses. See? There's that white face again. Just seen him. Freezing fucking cold out there, and this dude has no hat on. How is that possible? Freezing his ears off, as if it's summertime. Huh? Right? Always look for those white faces. They pop up. It's a given. Okay? Long ass beards. Scruffy white hair. Or they come in with their white face like they just did. Okay? It's freezing fucking cold out there. But this guy's not cold. Is he? Right? Where is he? There he is. Look at him. They like their white face. Look at it. Look, he looks like a fucking ghoul. Oh, see? They bring in their ghouls all the time. They always bring in their ghouls. Always. The guy looks like It's like something that crawled out of a grave. In 40 below weather. Look at that. Looks like a fucking skull, people. Look at that. Oh, what? Does he have a white... does he have a white scarf face on? Like, you know, those white... Like those pullover hats? Is that what we're looking at? Huh? Look at that. I don't know. Hold on a minute. Why? And they stage it. Right? Right? Make sure you can... Your eye will catch it. So it will log it into your memory without you realizing it. Okay? Don't you think that looks kind of odd compared to everybody else that's dressed in there? Right? Freezing their asses off in 30 below weather? Think about it. Right? Why? Why is it looking like that, people? Okay? Clearly there's something going on there. Okay? His nose is too pronounced. Okay? You can see his nose and everything. Okay? This is not a pullover hat. Okay? This is not a pullover hat, people. They want you to see this. Okay? They do this shit on purpose. I've seen enough of these kind of videos to fucking know it. YouTube is infested with it. Look at this. It's too pronounced. Oh my, I don't have enough room here. Okay, he's not wearing a hat. He's not wearing a hat, people. Okay? That's his face. Okay? That's his face. So whatever is going on with this Occupy Wall Street, sorry, Occupy fucking Ottawa with these truckers is run by Satanists. Okay, I told you. I already told you about that. Okay? The public union sector is directly involved. Right? They're the ones that control the economy. This is not some random act being done by normal citizens. I'm trying to use this part. Okay? Right? That's on slow speed. So you know what's happening fast. On fast speed. But that's how they do it. Oh, there he is. Okay? It's not a hat. It's not a hat. That's that same individual that we've seen before. The one that just came in glowing. He's still glowing. There it is. Right there. Take it to exposure, and what do you think you're going to see? What do you think you're going to see? There he is again. I just let... He's not wearing a hat that goes right over the face, people. You can see his bloody nose. Okay? And then they like to make them look like skeletons. Or ghouls. Look at that. Look at that. Talk about a shapeshifter. That looking like a fucking alien there, people. Okay? That looks like an alien, people. A shape-shifting fucking alien. That doesn't mind cold weather. Okay? As we got this goon standing guard. All right. There he is right there. Mr. Toucan. See? Didn't I tell you? They like to come in with their fellas with the bleach white hair, all dressed in black, right? They're like warlords or something, overseers. Mr. Toucan. See? Do you recognize him? Notice how they keep featuring him? They had him over there when they were loading up the fuel, and now they've got him here. I believe it's because they're trying to see how he looks on a film so that they can fine-tune their shit. You know, it's like bragging between themselves, showing off. Just a method of showing off. So what happened to that alien-looking dude? Where did he go? Just up and disappeared, right? Came out of nowhere and disappeared again into nowhere. But every now and then, you know, he's always in the frame, right? Everybody's smothering their hippocampuses, thinking they're so fucking smart. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, they got this guy walking. I'm going to end it on this. All right. Oh, we already seen that. Where is he? They wanted to see him walking. Let me find it. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna pick it up here. Like I said, they like to obviously photocopy what they well, not photocopy, but you know, record, right? Okay, they need this is Toucan, Mr. Toucan, right here. Okay. How would you know? Just what I just showed you. How would you know, people? How would you know? How could you tell what's real and what's not real? Okay? Knowing what you know. Huh? How would you know? You wouldn't. That's the point. Okay? That's the point. That's why they got them dressed up the way they are, people. Okay? This is guerrilla warfare against the general population. Okay? And they're using androids. They're starting to bring in their fucking androids to do it. Okay? They have to create the crises in order to justify the goons. Okay? Don't be fooled. Right? Okay. Fentanyl was brought in to bring in the dead bodies so that they had a surplus of bodies to experiment with and to harvest and to do whatever the fuck they want to do as they make billions of dollars doing it. Right? The organs are just the scraps, okay? In terms of, they can sell the organs and pay for their program just by selling the organs on the black market. For transplant, that is. Everything else is like freaking gravy. Okay? Right? Okay? And now that I've got this out, and I'm working on clearing off my desk here and getting into my other computers, I'll get into Chimay stuff and Sierra stuff a little more so that you can see how it all comes together in the end. Right? And why I say what I say. Okay? Because my daughters were victims to this, people. Okay? My family are victims to this. Okay? So what's going on? So we're going to end this video. Hold on a minute.